My name is Jay Villasis. I'm currently a software engineer working for Electronic Arts. It's EA. Currently, I work for their EA mobile division in their central technology team. As far as how I got into STEM, I'm going to be a little bit like Dom, and it was a bit of a roundabout one. So for me, my parents came from Ecuador, so I'm first generation, born in the United States. They were dentists when they came here, and so my entire life was growing up in my parents' dental office, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna be a dentist. They make good money. I have a background for it. So I was going to do, that's what I was going to do. So I went to college, I attended the University of San Francisco, pre-med, and studying psychology as my major. But unfortunately, after my first semester at USF, my parents' financial situation took a massive crash, like absolutely, they completely ran out of money. And so my college kind of gave me the boot because I just couldn't afford tuition anymore. And that was kind of it. And so I was in San Francisco, didn't know what I was going to do. Was no longer in school, was paying for an apartment I could barely afford, working my job, part-time, not real estate, part-time sales associate at like Office Depot. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I remembered I loved playing video games as a kid. And I started looking at what does it take to get a career in video games. And this is probably my favorite part of the story is how I ended up in STEM. So in video games, there's a ton of disciplines from artists, so a ton of different stuff. So STEM is a small part of it, but it's a pretty big part. And so I looked at a survey of people who work in games companies who gets paid the most. And I just went all the way up the list, and software engineers get paid by far the most and the quickest as opposed to the other disciplines in gaming. And I think similar to Dom, for me, I wanted to be a dentist, but I couldn't afford another 2 years of bachelor's degrees, then to go to graduate school, or to go to dental school and then to specialize. So I just couldn't wait till I was 28, 29 to be financially independent. And software engineering, and not just in games, but software engineering in general, you just need a bachelor's degree, and sometimes not even that. And for me, it was the quickest way for me to achieve financial independence that I needed with the minimal amount of education. Fortunately, I absolutely love it. I'm so happy I'm an engineer. I love coming to work every single day, even though it was primarily for the money that I decided to do it. I absolutely love doing it. So anyways, stayed in San Francisco, got my bachelor's degree in visual and game programming, and worked really, really hard in college. And the reason I like to bring this up is just for anyone who's just in STEM or just transferring or thinking about transferring. I didn't write my first line of code until I was 20. I never took programming classes in high school. I never had any camps or support, but I was 20 years old, took my first programming class. I've now been in the industry for 7, 8 years, and I am doing very well in my career. Not to brag, but I worked very hard at what I did. And so I just want to say it's never too late, no matter what age you are, as long as you put in that effort, especially in careers like STEM, you're going to go where you're going to go based on how hard you work. So anyways, graduated, worked for a small company, then worked for Glue Mobile, which was like a medium-sized company. Now I work for Electronic Arts for the last couple of years, and it's a great career so far. I absolutely love doing it.